I'm not seeing any more hands, so let's jump into the next section. Okay, right before going to the next section, I'm seeing another question from Dr. Subhashini. Based on position, each CV has to be prepared or saved. Yeah, definitely. If you want to get the interview call, you must customize or prepare the CV each time you apply for a new job opening. So this is must, and this has to be done since it actually helps you to do the background work to understand like whether this job opening is a perfect opening for you or not. Like it's actually like doing a pre-business development activity, like knowing the prospect and knowing your capability and knowing how much effort you should put on writing or rewriting the CV. Otherwise, you just send a generic CV and definitely you won't get any positive response from the application you are submitting. So yeah, definitely you should prepare different CV for the different job opening. Okay, so yeah, so let me jump into the next segment. Okay, now we will actually discuss about the building blocks of a CV. Okay, I'm seeing some complimentary, I'm also seeing some question coming out like, is it necessary to know all the information about the company for the interview? Definitely not. Okay, how to customize CV quickly before applying for each job? Okay, we'll see, we will get this answer in the following modules. So the building blocks of a CV. So what are the building blocks of a design element? So first of all, what we do, we actually focus more on the design element of a CV. Like we want to make our CV look beautiful, feel beautiful, and we want to make our CV stand out of the other competitor or other candidate who are applying for the same job opening. So that is why by mindset, we are more biased to the design of a CV or how it looks rather than the layout and the content. I guess you will all agree. Like even for the fresh graduate, it's very true. Like when we start to search for job after completing our graduation, we actually try to focus on the beautification part of the CV, and we try to compete with our fellow colleagues or even fellow classmates, like who has the most beautiful CV. So that is why I say the CV stands on content and layout. Style is optional. So every CV stands on two building blocks. One is like the content. By content, I am trying to mean the information, and the layout, I'm trying to mean the presentation. So the aesthetic value. So what is actually the role of content? And what is actually content? Content is actually all the text that you put on your CV, like all the headlines and all the sections written in text format in numbers. These are contents, and these contents actually communicate information about you as a candidate. And the layout is actually how you organize those content in those piece of paper, like you are using two pieces of paper to prepare or draft your CV, like how this content are layered, organized and distributed on this paper. This is called the layout. And then comes about the style, and style is like how we actually customize or make those design to create a different kind of feel. Like if for example like you want to you are applying for a marketing job, okay, or marketing job or branding and communication job, and you want to give a feel, like a creative feel in your CV. That is the part of your style, like how you give those feel of creativity and innovation in your CV. Or you are trying to apply for a research based job where you will do lots of work with numbers, then you may want to design a CV that gives the feel of a researcher. So these are the part of style, but this is an optional option. When you have lots of confidence and enough capacity to do so, then you must focus on style. But for everyone, the basic building block is layout and content. You need to know how to actually prepare the content and what are the basic principles of designing an aesthetic and a presentable CV. So we'll focus on this both of these content right now. And Pooja Shah is asking, what is the standard page number of a CV? So as per the standard, it is 2 page. If you browse or read any textbook around the world on business communication or CV writing, they will mention the CV has to maximum page number of a CV must be 2. If you are not from academic background, like if you're applying for a teacher's position or lecturer professor position, then you can have 3 or 4 page CV, because they will have to, in that case you have to include your publications and this kind of stuff. But for a formal non-academic job, the 2 page is a standard size, excluding cover letter. And yeah, not with reference, without reference. So if you can accommodate your reference within the 2 page, it's great. But to the course of your career, you will have more job option, more job experience, and more thing to add. In that case, you can exclude reference, and reference can be provided in a separate document. So without reference, 2 page. And cover letter is also excluded. You have to prepare cover letter. So the standard is 1 page cover letter, 2 page curriculum vitae or CV, and if you can't put your references in that 2 page or include in that 2 page, you can add a separate additional page only for the reference. Okay,